the emergence of the internet has changed the fundamental nature of the relationship between content creators and their fans. It used to be the only way you could reach an audience was through a large publisher with big funds who had a connection with retail, could ensure you shelf space, and could ensure you with the initial marketing push, which was expensive, on day one. And you knew whether or not you were successful or not within a couple of weeks. With the emergence of the web and a whole bunch of other things that come with that, we see an opportunity for content creators to create stuff more cheaply, to distribute it for either cheaply or free, to talk directly to their fans, to have an iterative process of development, and to take money directly from fans without the middlemen in between. It's not to say that it's easy. The publishers, while I think often took more money than was necessary, did an important job. They did a sales role, they did a marketing role, they did a distribution role, and they financed the thing in the first place. All of those jobs still need to be done. They no longer need to be done by giving up 90% of your revenue to one large company.
But if you're giving most of the content away for free, doesn't that mean you've got to be adding something extra in terms of value if you're actually going to pay for the product?
So I'm a big believer that in the digital distribution world, we're making one more copy costs no extra. The original work was expensive to create, but one more copy costs no extra. There's a huge opportunity to give that content away for free as a marketing tool. You then have to find a way to ensure that you get paid for the creation of the content or the value in the first place. My contention is that we're moving into an environment where most people will get most of their content for free, but will spend money on stuff they really care about. So you might be a football fan who cares about going to a football match or owning some football memorabilia. You might be a game player who wants to have certain things either physically on their shelf, a special edition, a limited edition, a artwork from your game, or within the game you might want to pay for status, for progress, for advancement, for virtual items. And I think that model whereby you use the power of the internet to get the distribution to reach a wide audience much more cost effectively than it used to be, but also to segment your audience from the ones who really don't like your content very much and were never going to pay very much, to the ones who love it and would happily pay $100 a year, a day's wages basically a year. That I think is what's so exciting about the self-publishing model.
Of course, we've got in Scotland this big games production centre in Dundee. Do you think the students at Abertay are actually getting the message?
I mean, I think there's still a definite desire that real games are big games which you play on the console, which cost $50 million to make, another $150 million to market, and manufacture. I think there's still a desire amongst a lot of people to say that's gaming. I think you're beginning to see people going, but I could do something smaller and quicker on the iPhone and make a business faster and learn much more and be much more of a rounded individual in terms of understanding animation and code and game design and sound and how they all come together. I think you're seeing both types. In the future, I think there will be fewer, not none, but fewer jobs making the big AAA games and a lot more opportunity to either be freelance or to work on these smaller games which might make a few £1 million instead of £500 million of revenue. But
a few £1 million is still a lot.
Exactly.